Bonsoir, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour la mise à jour 3.0 de Genshin Impact. Parce qu'elle sort aujourd'hui, et je vous avoue que je n'aurais pas été très concentré sur God of War, en pensant que j'aurais pu découvrir les nouveautés. Sachant que la grosse nouveauté, c'est qu'on a un nouveau bout de carte. Donc j'ai déjà fait mes commissions aujourd'hui. Il faut juste que j'aille chercher des trucs que j'ai fait pendant le pass de bataille. On va aussi commencer peut-être par tester les nouveaux personnages. Parce qu'après éventuellement on va faire des vœux. Très sûrement on va faire des vœux. Ah, niveau 2 déjà, magnifique. Je suis dégoûté. Celui du mois dernier, j'ai failli arriver à 50. J'étais à... Dimanche, je crois que j'étais à 46. J'aurais pu aller jusqu'au bout, sauf que j'avais gagné trop d'expérience déjà. Tant pis. Je crois que j'ai des... Non, je sais plus si j'avais des primos à récupérer, j'ai déjà tout récupéré. On va virer les points d'exclamation parce que ça m'énerve. Alors, on va les tester. On doit commencer la quête, donc ça on fera après. Donc on a, pour ce truc là, on a un personnage, on a ce personnage là qui nous est offert. D'après ce que j'ai compris, il nous le donne tout de suite. D'après ce que j'ai compris. Genre il suffit de commencer, on l'a. Mais potentiellement si on fait des vœux, sûrement qu'on l'aura par défaut. Donc ça c'est le nouveau 5 étoiles, éventuellement qu'on va essayer d'avoir. Il y a Zongli aussi, mais... J'ai envie de nouveautés. Je me dis potentiellement il viendra plus tard. Les autres je les ai tous. Mais bon c'est pas grave. On va tester. Parce que du coup il a aussi... je savais pas qu'on pouvait faire ça. Il a aussi le nouvel élément. Qui a été rajouté. Parce qu'il y a le nouvel élément... Et la nouvelle zone. Le tir visé peut être chargé 2 fois pour tirer une flèche florale qui, après avoir touché, génère des flèches fleuronnées poursuivant automatiquement les ennemis. Ses compétences élémentaires permettent de créer un champ de Vinjana Kanda qui trouble les ennemis et de réduire le temps de charge des 3 prochaines flèches florales. Lorsqu'il utilise son déchaînement élémentaire, il tire un grand nombre de flèches de liane. J'ai pas tout compris, mais tout va bien. Je suis pas très à l'aise aussi. Ah, attendez. Je sais pas ce que ça a fait.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Merde. Je sais pas ce que je fais n'importe quoi. Merde. Je sais plus le faire. Quoi que ce soit. Ok. Ah merde.
Steady as stone. Someone needs assistance.
Elle nous fait pas guérir. Attendez, c'est quoi la réaction? Merde. Parce que ça fait simulation. J'aime bien. Ouh, il y en a encore un.
As a good knight should.
Ça fait rien comme réaction.
Just like we rehearsed.
Et ça c'est un burn number 2.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Ouh.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
J'utilise ça, Lisa, ça fait
Let's spark things up a little.
super longtemps que je l'ai pas utilisé. Ok, Ok, dans ce sens-là, ça fait simulation aussi. Ok. Je l'aime bien. On va je pense qu'on va essayer de le récupérer. Alors il sera pas aussi fort forcément, mais... Vu qu'on est au début... Bon. On va tous les faire comme ça, on a tous les primogènes. Même si... ça ne sert à rien. Merde. J'ai pas l'impression. Je me souviens pas de sa voix. Je sais que je pourrais utiliser quelqu'un d'autre, mais... Est-ce qu'il en a vraiment besoin? Je trouve qu'en combat, il a pas la même voix que... Je sais pas, j'ai presque l'impression qu'il a sa voix japonaise. Il a changé de voix? Ah, son truc il résonne. Okay. Je savais pas que ça résonnait aussi avec les autres. Tu es en train de me dire qu'il est pas mort? Bon, tu me saoules toi. J'essaie de changer, de prendre des âmes. Pour finir, comme ça, on finit bien. Lorsqu'une créature est affectée par les éléments électro et dendro, une réaction de stimulation est effectuée, faisant passer l'ennemi en état stimulé. C'est dommage qu'ils aient pas mis les autres éléments. Non. Genre ils lui ont mis avec eux, ils ont mis Collé et Tainari. Je sais plus comment on dit. J'ai vu la vidéo de présentation pourtant où il dit son nom. Mais... Collé, voyons voir ça. J'ai vu un peu plus ou moins son histoire de... En fait, elle vient du manga, elle a quand même une histoire assez dark. Ah, donc avec elle, ok. C'est dommage. Ok, ça fait quoi? Ah, ça explose. Merde. Restez là. Avec le feu, ça fait quoi? Merde. Ah. Ah non, ok. Ça fait brûlure.
Surrendering.
Waouh. Sympathique.
Try this on for size.
C'est pas mal, c'est pas mal. Elle est... Je suis pas forcément très fan de ces attaques, mais... Les réactions entre Dendro et les autres éléments, c'est plutôt sympa. Bon, on va essayer les deux autres, même si en soi je les connais. Et ensuite on va essayer de faire les vœux. On va voir, peut-être que j'ai avoir de la chance. La dernière fois c'était pour Ayato. Où je l'ai eu genre quasiment tout de suite. Merde.
Dodge this.
Je crois que j'ai la constellation 5 avec celle. L'essai est pas franchement...
Don't be such a brute.
Pas franchement concluant. Attends, j'en ai 9 à tuer comme ça. On est encore là demain.
What's the hurry? This moment will be frozen in time.
Oh god.
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze.
Je sais plus comment ça marche.
Spark things up a little.
Don't get frostbite.
Look at you, Boozle.
Mais... C'est moi ou je le loupe?
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Quand même. Ça faisait de la peine à voir quand même. Ah, je me trompe tout le temps de bouton. Non. Ça faisait de la peine à voir. Lorsqu'une créature est affectée par les éléments hydro et dendro, une réaction de fleurissement est déclenchée générant un noyau dendro. Je sais plus le... Il peut exister un certain nombre de noyaux dendro à la fois. Si un nouveau noyau est créé, une fois cette limite atteinte, ou si la durée d'un noyau existant se termine, le noyau explose en affichant des DGT de dendro de zone. Lorsqu'un noyau dendro entre en contact avec l'élément pyro, une réaction de bourgeonnement est déclenchée, infligeant encore plus de... Ok. Je vais y débuter l'essai. Mon fichier me connaît. Je l'ai quasiment depuis le début. Ceci dit, j'ai eu une constellation. C'est dommage qu'ils aient pas mis un dendro dans tous les... Mais... Mais laissez-moi tranquille.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
J'essaie de faire ça juste à l'arc, mais c'est peut-être pas la meilleure moyen. Peut-être pas le meilleur moyen.
Oh, so sorry. Cool it. As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Il est là super longtemps, Rose. Bon, on va pour commencer à faire les vœux. Je sais pas du tout ce que ça va donner, mais... Au moins ça sera fait. Ah, attendez, j'en ai... On va les faire un par... J'aime bien les faire un par un pour garder suspense. Bon, suivant la couleur, je passe ou je passe pas. Ça peut durer longtemps, du coup. Et puis ça évite de gaspiller. Parce que celui-ci, après, il sera sur la bannière permanente. Mais j'utilise tellement pas souvent la bannière permanente. Parce que j'utilise que avec les vœux qu'on me donne. Pour l'instant, ça donne pas grand-chose. Putain, j'ai toujours pas de violet. Ils vont me le faire à 10. Ah, quand même. Ah bah. On commence plutôt bien, même si je l'aurai après gratuitement, on va dire. Ah oui, on va reprendre 10. J'en ai 79. Avec un peu de chance. On verra si j'ai mon 50-50. Si je gagne mon 50-50. Sinon je le gagnerai pour le prochain. Soit il y a forcément un violet dans le tas. Si vous voyez d'avoir un doré. C'est super ton 50-50 assez rapidement, c'est bien parce que... Tu peux continuer à faire des vœux en espérant. Putain. Déjà ces deux. Je vais même pas regarder ce qu'étaient ces constellations. Je sais plus si j'en suis à 10 déjà. Je crois que j'étais déjà à 10 de vœux avant de commencer. Donc, je suis pas super passionné par les armes. Ceci dit, ça va peut-être de renforcer l'arme de quelqu'un d'autre. C'est pas très passionnant pour l'instant. Pas beaucoup de suspense. Si j'ai un 50-50 au pire, si j'ai pas lui, j'espère vraiment avoir un que j'ai pas, un 5 étoiles que j'ai pas. Ce qui commence à être assez difficile. Sur ceux qu'on peut avoir dans les 50-50. J'ai cru que ça allait être doré. Moi. Encore ? Je vais l'avoir C6 avant même de la recevoir gratuitement. Parce que là, on a C2. C'est-à-dire que je l'ai minimum C3. Ok. J'ai pas eu beaucoup de personnages, mis à part 2-3 fois quand même. Yes! Ouh, ça veut dire que je peux m'arrêter là? Allez, on fait les deux qui me restent et je m'arrête là. Où est-ce qu'on... Non. Je vais faire les deux qui me restent. Je fais que les deux qui me restent et puis... comme ça, je sais que c'est pas... Si, je crois que c'est dans un 3-1, il y a un personnage que je veux. Ça, j'aurai toutes mes chances. Parce que là, j'ai déjà 40 vœux. Et là, j'en ai 25. Donc ça nous fait 65 déjà. Donc après, avec tous les primogènes qu'on aura récupérés, on verra en fonction de combien j'en ai à la fin. Mais déjà, c'est plutôt pas mal. Du coup, ah merde, je vais pas avoir l'historique. Je sais pas combien j'en ai fait.
There's something in the air. Something.
J'en ai fait 50, je crois. Pour les 5 étoiles, je fais jamais les constellations. Ça sert à rien. Parce que y a quoi ces constellations? Taux critique des attaques chargées. Bonus de DGT. Flèche de lien artificiel plus 3. Maîtrise inventaire de tous les personnages. Déclenche une réaction de brûlure. Ok. Temps des flèches diminue. Ouais. Et on va recoller. J'ai 2 constellations. 3 du coup. La recherche d'énergie de coller augmente de 20% lorsqu'elle fait partie de l'équipe mais n'est pas déployée. L'aptitude passive retour folier est modifiée. Retour de l'anneau floral, le personnage obtient l'effet germe de l'aptitude passive retour folier, infligeant de façon continue aux ennemis proches des DGT d'Andro d'une valeur... C2 est pas mal. C'est un membre de votre équipe, ok. Et C3, ça va être l'aptitude florale. Hein. Pendant 12 secondes. Je suis plutôt satisfait. Je pense qu'on peut pas les faire monter, on est d'accord? Ah si, je peux les faire monter à 20. Parce que je les fais monter à 20. Minimum, comme ça sera fait. Je peux pas les élever. Ah, je peux presque l'élever, mais j'ai pas d'émeraude Nagadus. Okay. J'aurais pu, mais non. J'ai tout ce qu'il faut pour ça, mais j'ai pas l'émeraude Nagadus. Je suis content d'avoir eu mon 50-50 et que ça n'ait pas duré 3000 ans. Merde. J'ai pas regardé ses aptitudes. Au moins ça c'est fait. Attaque normale, un tir visé une charge sur une flèche écologique qui inflige des DGT, tire une flèche sur qui inflige des DGT en touchant un génère 4 flèches fleuronnées qui poursuit automatiquement les ennemis pour infliger, ok. Il lance un éclair de Vigina en avant, crée une champ de Vigina Kanda qui crée des illusions mystérieuses qui narguent les ennemis et attirent leurs attaques. Il y a un effet de fusion de Vigina qui diminue le temps de charge des flèches florales, ok. Ça c'est les flèches de liane artificielles, concentration de la puissance de toutes les graines pour tirer 6 flèches de liane, ok. Lorsque tire une flèche florale, sa maîtrise alimentaire augmente de 50 points pendant 4 secondes. Chaque point de maîtrise élémentaire que Tinari possède augmente les DGT infligés par cette attaque chargée et par flèche de liane artificielle de 0,06. Affiche l'emplacement des produits de Sumeru. Ça c'est bien par contre. Chaîne 4 tirs consécutifs. C'est un arrow floral qui touche une fois, l'anneau floral provient ensuite de... Donc ça on a dit, ça fait un truc supplémentaire parce que je suis en C2. Le fidèle que bar arrive pour apporter son aide, lance une poupée. Si un membre de votre équipe déclenche une réaction de brûlure, simulation, de suractivation, de progression, de fleurissement, d'exubérance ou de bourgeonnement de retour de l'anneau floral, le personnage obtient un effet de germe au retour de l'anneau, ce qui inflige de façon continue aux ennemis proches des DGT d'une valeur d'équivalent 40%. Ça, c'est le truc qui a été amélioré, je pense. Non, je sais pas. Si un personnage du territoire déclenche une réaction de brûlure, la durée du territoire est prolongée de 1 seconde. Ok. Et je suis un putain. Donc c'est un peu l'équivalent de ces Amber, mais en Dendro.
Tells me a new case is brewing.
Donc on a fait ça. Pourquoi j'ai. Ok, choix du personnage. Et tous mes personnages magnifiques. Il m'en reste pas énormément que j'ai pas. Non, c'est dans l'archive des personnages. J'ai pas Yaemiko, j'ai pas Yelan. Même si du coup je regrette un peu parce que j'ai fait sa quête d'histoire, elle était plutôt sympa à jouer. J'ai pas Ito, j'ai pas Jao, j'ai pas Yutao, Ola, Zongli, Cleve, Anti, Jin. Jin c'est la seule de base qu'on peut avoir dans la permanente ou dans les 50-50 que je n'ai pas. je crois que c'est la seule. Mais j'ai tous les 4 étoiles. Ah, j'ai pas Sango. Je suis pas très fan de sa voix. Ça doit être pour ça. Bref. Qui c'est qui vient de dire qu'elle pensait qu'à Diluc? Bref. Il est 21 h. On peut commencer. On peut aller dans la forêt en mutation. Donc c'est mon équipe pour l'instant, elle est pas super bien. Éventuellement, je vais remplacer Kazuha par un Dendro. Quand j'en aurai un qui sera plus de niveau 20. Parce que j'ai ces deux là qui sont dans le vent, si on peut dire. Mais j'aime beaucoup l'originalité de Ezo. Parce qu'il attaque. C'est une catalyste, mais en fait il attaque avec ses poings et ses pieds, et j'adore. J'aime beaucoup. Je suis très fan. J'ai pu arriver plus ou moins à le monter que ce week-end. J'essaie d'avoir des artefacts corrects avec lui, mais j'arrive pas à avoir un... J'essaie d'en avoir un qui fait monter la... Je crois que celui-ci, j'ai dû lui mettre un 3 étoiles. Non, c'est pas celui-là, c'est celui-là. Il est qu'au niveau 13, celui-là. Ah oui, j'avais plus rien pour le monter, je crois. Peut-être que je peux le renforcer. Est-ce que j'ai des trucs pour le renforcer? Je pourrais utiliser les potions, mais... Merde. Peut-être que la maîtrise élémentaire va monter avec. On sait jamais. On peut toujours rêver. On peut rêver, non? J'aime bien quand il fait un renforcement bonus x2. Il pouvait pas améliorer la maîtrise élémentaire, donc c'était pas possible. Je sais pas combien il m'en faudrait pour monter. On va faire 25. C'est déjà pas mal. Ah ouais, c'est celui-là, je lui ai mis un 4 étoiles parce qu'il y avait mon taux critique à 23, mais j'aimerais bien... J'aimerais bien changer, que ça soit pas une défense. Je crois que c'est le seul qui avait... Celui-ci, sur Marx, il a la maîtrise élémentaire. Le problème, c'est que je perds du taux critique si je l'ai pas. À réfléchir. Parce que celui-là, le problème, c'est qu'il a PV et PV... C'est pas... C'est pas extraordinaire. Ceci dit, j'ai pas regardé. Vu que j'ai déjà 4 éléments. Est-ce que j'en ai... Merde. Choix d'attribut de sable du temps. What? Non, c'est pas ça. Est-ce que j'en ai qui font maîtrise élémentaire? Vous voyez celui-là? Maîtrise alimentaire, recharge d'énergie. On a celui-là sinon. Parce qu'on a un taux critique. Il fait quoi celui que j'ai sur moi? Peut-être essayer celui-là. Je sais même pas lequel il a sur lui actuellement. Il est où? Je vois pas sa tête. Faudrait pouvoir trier juste par personnage en fait. Ah. Attaque, défense, taux critique. Et là il avait défense. Et il a quoi? Taux critique, défense, défense et PV. Est-ce qu'il y a plus de taux critique que sur le sien ou pas? 3-9. Ouais, il y en a plus celui-là. Mais celui-là, peut-être que si on monte. Allez, on va. On va tenter. On va lui en mettre 5, 6. Comme ça. Ah! Je pense que potentiellement celui-là il gagne. Ok. J'écoute. On va mettre 50. Ouh. Ok. On perd un peu d'attaque. On gagne en maîtrise élémentaire. Je pense que maintenant il en a autant que... Ah, il en a même plus que Kazuha, dis donc. Ok. Magnifique. Attaque. Rien moins d'attaque que Kazuha. Bref. On devait se diriger... Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? J'ai dépensé de l'argent, c'est ça? On devait se diriger vers... le truc que j'attends depuis tout à l'heure, mais que je sais pas pourquoi je...
Souhaitez-vous vous rendre?
On va à Sumeru.
Voilà ce que j'ai trouvé.
Ah, pas vraiment, non. On va à Sumeru, il me sort un kebab, de banque, des maillots de bain aussi. Oh, il y a un nouveau... Ah, il est pratique celui-là, où je l'ai loupé hier. Parce que là, il y a un truc où on peut chasser des trésors. Je l'ai fait hier, j'essaie de finir des quêtes, un petit peu. Et ici, il y a un endroit où on peut faire une chasse au trésor, plus ou moins jeu, ou pour trouver des trésors. Et j'étais là, putain, il n'y a pas de... Il n'y a pas de téléporteur. Et pouf, il y en a un. Je sais pas lequel va être plus facile pour monter. Ah. What? C'est pas où celui-là? Ok, je vais y arriver. Ouf. J'ai du mal avec les touches. Je vais aller récupérer le téléporteur. Qui est je sais pas où. Hein? C'est-à-dire qu'il est encore en bas? What the... Ah, ok. Bon, il est... Est-ce que c'est par là qu'il faut y aller? Peut-être. Peut-être que j'ai trouvé le chemin. Ça a l'air. Merde. Absolument pas les bons boutons. C'est dommage qu'il n'y ait pas une petite quête avant pour... Oh, on va y aller quelque part. Parce que pour aller à Inazuma... Oh. Il y a... Ouh. Il y avait tout un truc avec le bateau. On est accueilli par une petite... Ouh, attendez. Ah, c'est un animal? Oh merde. Je crois que c'était un monstre. Désolé. On commence mal. Ouh. Champitoile. Ces symboles qui ressemblent à des trèfles apparaissent parfois à Sumeru. Lorsque ceux qui peuvent manipuler les éléments sont face à de tels symboles, ils peuvent les utiliser pour voyager rapidement. Parfois, vous trouvez un pistif folacé qui peut disperser ces insignes de trèfle tout autour. Utilisez cette capacité pour faciliter vos aventures. Ok.
To Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ok.
And speaking of Lesser Lord
On est
Kusanali,
accueilli par un
even
coffre.
though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your sister.
Non.
But even so,
J'ai oublié avec
people
toi.
call Sumeru the nation of wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the god of wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information.
Peut-être.
But Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City.
Moi non plus.
Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby. Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there!
J'aime bien moi.
We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions.
T'es un peu loin pour parler à quelqu'un.
Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
Super.
What's going on here?
Ils sont pas très sympas
There's
les
no
gens.
way she could have missed that. Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions.
À travers la forêt, la bonne.
Come on, let's follow her.
What?
Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
I'm liking the look of this.
Merde. Je sais pas ce que je suis censé faire avec ça. Je suis censé utiliser le dendro. Allez, on va voir. Apparemment. Ah. Ils ont changé ça aussi. Alors. Jamais avec le petit
What'd they do
shinobi.
this time?
Parce que... On peut se soigner tout en attaquant.
Got a problem you
No.
can't solve.
C'est ce que j'ai fait.
Clue me in.
What'd they do this time?
Got a problem you can't solve. Clue me in.
On va mettre Ayato.
Well, this ought to be entertaining.
On va prendre
Who ate a poisonous mushroom this time?
lui. Attendez. Faut que je fasse un test. On n'a pas besoin qu'il y ait des artefacts. On changera après. C'est quoi ce... Je sais pas ce que j'ai comme arc pour lui. C'est un arc rituel, personne l'utilise. Pourquoi j'ai un arc rituel niveau 60 que personne n'utilise? Pourquoi j'ai un crépuscule couchant que personne n'utilise? Hein? Pourquoi j'ai des armes que personne n'utilise? Tiens d'ailleurs. Mais c'est pas ça que je voulais faire. Je comprends pourquoi j'ai des arcs qui sont montés, qui ont un niveau supérieur et que personne n'utilise. Est-ce que j'ai un arc rituel ici et j'ai un autre arc rituel? Ça fait quoi? Les compétences alimentaires comme percent revient lorsqu'elles infligent les EGT. Okay. Elle augmente les EGT infligés des combattants alimentaires et les déchaînements alimentaires de 24%. Chaque coup critique des attaques en 60% de générer une faible quantité de... On va mettre ça. C'était quoi celui-là? Même pour cette 3 états. Lorsqu'une attaque a touché un ennemi, là, on passe à l'état suivant, changement d'état. Une fois, tout de même, si le personnage d'équipe fait partie. Ok, on va prendre ça. On s'en fiche, de toute façon, c'est juste pour tester un truc. Est-ce que par hasard... Ok, alors j'ai pas tout compris comment ça fonctionne. Ces symboles qui ressemblent à des flèches, à des trèfles apparaissent parfois sous mes roues. Lorsque ceux qui peuvent manipuler les éléments sont face à de tels symboles, ils peuvent les utiliser pour voyager rapidement. Parfois, vous trouvez un pistil foliacé qui peut disperser ces insignes de trèfle tout autour. Utilisez cette capacité pour faciliter vos aventures. Je ne comprends pas ce qu'il faut faire. Ok. On commence bien.
See, just follow my intuition.
Ah, attendez. Merde. Ah! Comment ça entrer? What? Bon, je sors. Ok, ben on est bloqué ici. What the fuck? Attendez, je sais où je suis là. Ok, mais... je vais retourner là-bas. Oh. Ok. Ça resitue plus ou moins. J'étais dans les mines. Ouais, ici, il y a une entrée. Pour aller ici. Et a priori, par là où je suis passé, ça va amener ici. J'aurais dû avoir un succès pour ça. Bon, tout ce que je voulais, c'était monter tout en haut. Mais on commence mal. Je comprends pas comment on utilise ces trucs là. Je suis sûr que ça aurait pu nous aider, ça. Hello. Le monde s'ouvre aux âmes nobles. Ok, donc on a débloqué toute cette zone-là. Mon voyageur, il est tellement pas au point. Je crois que je suis niveau 50. Hein? Qu'est-ce que c'était? Missing, tu as vu ça? J'ai vu. Des petits écrans qui assemblent des plantes, pas vrai? Je la fais bien. Ils ont disparu en un clin d'œil. Si l'occasion se présente, demandons à quelqu'un si c'est ce que c'est. XP, primogène, ouh, ça j'aime bien. Sodendro, ok. Je sais pas s'il va y avoir un truc. J'aime bien ce que je vois là-bas au fond. Leurs paysages, ils sont quand même magnifiques. On va rechanger d'équipe. J'aurais dû rester là-bas. Parce que... Attendez. C'est quoi mon équipe? C'est celle-là. Non, je veux pas dissoudre l'équipe. Par contre, on va en refaire une autre. On va mettre le voyageur. C'est juste pour récupérer son...
Just what will we come across this time?
What they do this time?
Son pouvoir d'Endro. Je sais pas ce que ça va être. Je suis en train de penser Dendro, du coup je vais mettre... Je sais pas qui j'ai mis dans l'équipe. Ouais, j'ai mis Cookie, Shinobi.
Let's move before the trail goes cold.
Well, this ought to be entertaining.
Statue des 7. Entrer en résonance avec le Dendro. Yeah! Un trophée. Oh. Et des primogènes. Obtenez la démonstration de l'élément d'Endro. C'est quoi c'est... Ok. C'est une blague. Y'a que lui qui peut faire ça. Pourquoi il me dit R1? Dites-moi qu'il n'y a pas que lui qui peut faire ça. Si je change d'équipe. Flotter librement à la fois. Si je change d'équipe. Merde, c'est pas ça les gars. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? J'ai pas changé d'équipe? Pourquoi? Ok. Ah, ou alors il fallait activer la statue? Je sais pas, c'est bizarre. Je pense qu'il fallait activer la statue.
She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished.
Mais non, elle est là, je viens de la voir.
Let's go take a closer look.
Well,
I thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she?
ça a l'air très cosy.
What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again? Alright then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even if she's not very friendly, we just need her to point us in the right direction. That's all. Oh. What a lovely smell. It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all. Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Mince, je perds connaissance.
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on.
Et c'est la fin. Game over. Merci d'avoir joué à Genshin Impact. Ah! C'est vraiment magnifique. Ça fait penser à Yggdrasil dans God of War. Bon, pas cette partie-là, mais... Pourquoi on nous fait avancer 5 mètres? Vous êtes...
Sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out for a long time now.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master
Collé.
is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here.
Et la meuf qu'on a suivie, elle faisait quoi de sa vie?
Oh, no things are necessary.
Elle a rien fait?
I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly. So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as
Il va
well.
m'engueuler moi aussi.
It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Okay.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right! Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first.
J'aime bien la traduction qu'ils ont fait pour
Hey! Are you even listening to
Oui.
Paimon?
Trousselani.
Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Quand j'ai eu cette vision, j'avais l'impression d'être profondément sous terre, ciel rouge. Était-ce qu'Andrea...
Considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If you misjudge your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it
Il est
then.
toujours silencieux.
Stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems
J'adore
like
la musique.
asking Tainari might not
Déjà.
be an option anymore.
La musique dans ce jeu, elle est top.
What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru.
Profitez du nu de repos dans la chambre. Rien de la chambre.
Sunshine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale.
Non mais ne monte pas partout. On n'est pas très loin de où on était à la base. Si la forêt ne peut pas soulager ses symptômes, une patiente atteinte de les lézards n'a jamais eu la permission de devenir garde forestière. Les lézards, vous êtes qui? Qu'est-ce que vous venez faire ici? Pourquoi vous me demandez ça? Parce que tu viens d'en parler? Vous n'avez que passer par ici. Oh. Vous vous trouvez à Gandharva. Vous pouvez vous reposer ici si vous êtes fatigué. Si vous voulez pas que les brigadiers forestiers vous fassent la leçon, lisez ce qui est affiché sur le panneau d'affichage quand vous aurez le temps. Pour le reste, excusez-moi de ne pas vous en dire plus. Le bruit de vos pas, c'est la première fois que je l'entends. Désolé, mes yeux sont incapables de voir, je vous serai donc aucune aide. En revanche, j'ai l'ouïe fine. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Gandharva est souvent fréquenté par des voyageurs, des marchands, des aventuriers. Mais vos pas me semblent plus légers et plus rapides que les leurs. Vous devez donc être un jeune homme charmant et plein de vie. Ah putain, qui c'est qui fait un bruit de chien? On voit rarement ce genre de choses à Sumeru de nos jours, c'est bien. Jeune voyageur, que la Molrani vous protège. La Molrani vous protège. À propos de Molrani Rukadevata. Bien que la Molrani ne soit plus là, le peuple de Sumeru n'oubliera jamais les bienfaits qu'elle lui a apportés. Jeune homme, vous devez savoir que dans ce pays, chaque brin d'herbe et chaque feuille d'arbre sont une bénédiction de la Molrani. Mais là, hélas, la vie humaine est trop courte. Pourrais-je voir de mon vivant l'art au Dendro redonner je sais plus quoi? J'ai cliqué trop vite. Je peux même pas le caresser. Ah! Oh! What the... Champignon rebondissant. Cette espèce de rebond champignon est type des créatures Trilaxada. Dans la circonstance normale, vous pouvez sauter dessus pour rebondir à des hauteurs plus élevées. Son élasticité sera même augmentée si vous l'activez avec l'élément électro. Cette espèce de... Ok.
I'm liking the look of this.
Moi aussi. Ah! Oh. Eh, Dendroculus. Il y a de la menthe, bien évidemment. Il y a de la menthe partout. Ça serait bien si on pouvait avoir des montures. Je sais pas si un jour ils rajouteront ça. Ok, je vois où je suis. C'est assez gros quand même comme animal. Ils se sont lâchés. Cette tour m'intrigue. Bon, on va aller voir notre ami. Mais avant, on va aller monter en haut de l'arbre.
See, just follow my intuition.
Je t'ai vu. Ah! Non! Je voulais regarder le paysage. C'est vraiment magnifique. Est-ce que... C'est nul. Je suis passé... Je me suis arrêté sans m'arrêter. Bonjour, excusez-moi, est-ce que vous êtes aussi un Vanara? Est-ce que ça vous dérange si je vous pose quelques questions? Vous êtes... Ah désolé, j'ai oublié de me présenter. Je suis une chercheuse de l'armurta de l'académie. Je fais des recherches sur la forêt tropicale. J'ai une honte de le dire, mais j'ai toujours pas réussi à trouver de garde du corps convenable parce que je manque d'argent. Du coup, je fais temporairement mon recherche dans un endroit limité gardé par les gardes forestiers. Ok, dommage. Maintenant, je peux toujours écouter les opinions des autres, mais je ne sais pas ce que vous savez de la forêt d'Avilia. Combien de traces laissées par la Molrani Roca Devata avez-vous dans la forêt? Ah, désolé, je vous retenir si longtemps, mais si ça ne vous dérange pas, vous pouvez perdre un peu de temps pour parler à moi.
All right, next let's see. Right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tanari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
Je suis déjà allé.
Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Elle est où?
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
Ok.
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it.
Un petit peu. Il est un peu couché quand même.
No problems with this lamp. Good.
Oh, hello. Je vois pas où il est le...
Try to keep up. No more tricks up your sleeve. Cascade. Keep moving. You want this one?
J'aime comme c'est vraiment une nouvelle zone. Même les ennemis de base sont complètement différents. Par contre, ça me dit pas où est-ce qu'il est ce Dendroculus. Que je ne vois pas. What? C'est dingue ça, il est où? Je sais pas pourquoi il m'a attaqué. Oh. Bizarre, je sais pas où il est. Sauf si... Oh. Ah! Il est là. Mais je peux pas, j'ai pas le droit d'y aller pour l'instant. Tu peux... Oh, merci. Il m'en faut déjà 20 pour monter au niveau 1. Au niveau 2, c'est quoi ce blague? Comment ça en bas 43? On prend à gauche ici, vous êtes. Je suis un chercheur qui est venu à la forêt d'Avidia pour effectuer des études sur le terrain de l'écologie locale. Cette personne à côté de moi est mon garde du corps. Il semble que la cécité apparaisse en plus ces jours-ci. Malgré cela, on n'a pas observé de changement important dans l'écosystème de la forêt d'Avidia. Les gardes forestiers ont vraiment beaucoup travaillé. Oui, la cécité, c'est le résultat de la pollution. Ces autopollutions ne peuvent pas être éliminées, elles prolifèrent sans cesse. Mais la pollution de l'irminsule n'est pas quelque chose qu'il faut facilement éradiquer. C'est une solution radicale à trouver, les gardes forestiers doivent continuer de travailler dur. Je sais pas où elle veut que j'aille. En fait. Ok, ici.
The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road
On a
before.
même été jusque là-bas.
It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukudevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Greater Lord Rukudevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukudevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others.
Et personne
She's like
l'utilise.
the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart
À part au
around
début
her.
du jeu.
If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Ah, so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust, really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendroarchon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendroarchon? So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Je pense l'autre.
You might be right. The statue does look kinda old. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
On est juste à côté du village.
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. Whoops!
Ah, no! You dropped it on the ground!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments too.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his responses. Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of the forest and passes on his extensive knowledge to trainees like me. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kali's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
I wonder which criminal mastermind just protested their innocence in court. A liar by the sounds of it.
What? Vas-y que je retourne dans ma cabine. Non. Ah. C'est parce que je suis pas passé par là.
Ah, traveler. You've returned.
Yep.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes. I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Every little bit counts.
Stand with me!
C'était beau. Juste un petit coup. Bon, faut que je remonte. Bon. Le lendemain, 8h. Ça me permet d'avoir un petit aperçu de la carte.
Hyman was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
J'ai du mal à comprendre où le jeu veut que j'aille à chaque fois. Ah. Ah. Il y a trop de verticalité, je sais pas s'il faut que j'aille en haut ou en bas.
Alright, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma.
Tout le monde prononce Liyue différemment.
So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
Ça, c'est ce qui s'est passé dans les... Il y a des comics, des mangas de Genshin, et il raconte ce qui s'est passé dans le manga.
I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo!
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. No tapaima.
Ah
There
merde.
should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Je suis sûr que c'est moi qui vais devoir tout avoir.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time
C'est
here.
vrai qu'ils les auraient pas vus
It
si
seems
j'avais pas
we
été là.
even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long
La
ago?
traduction en français, c'est Amir et
Why are they
quelqu'un
doing
d'autre.
back so early?
Merci pour cette traduction.
Let's go find out what's going on.
En anglais, il est dit c'est Amir et les autres, mais en français, c'est Amir et quelqu'un d'autre. Mais il est pas important, il est pas dedans. Surtout que c'est notre celle qu'on connaît.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right
Non,
away.
on va y aller.
In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Ça va, c'est tout droit.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people.
C'est à
If you
cause de
don't
Gaïa.
carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Il faut appeler Eloy.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I
C'est
wasn't
dommage.
kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place.
On aurait pu prendre Eloy dans l'équipe et c'est parfait.
As Amir said,
C'est
only
Horizon
someone with a
3.
vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Terrible cité. Cité n'est pas une sorte de lieu fixe, mais une référence à des zones qui ont été corrodées par un pouvoir mystérieux et inquiétant. Dans ces zones, les personnages accumulent continuellement des compositions. La vitesse d'accumulation est différente selon la zone de cité dans laquelle vous vous trouvez. Tous vos personnages dans l'équipe verront leur reste élémentaire, leur reste physique et leur PV diminuer selon la quantité de décomposition accumulée. Plus cette quantité est élevée, plus la diminution est importante. Si vous restez dans une zone de cité après avoir accumulé de la décomposition jusqu'au maximum, tous vos personnages dans l'équipe subiront. Il est impératif d'utiliser le pouvoir de Dendrogramnum pour nettoyer les cicités. C'est grâce à eux que vous pourrez détruire les branches de la cicité qui répandent cette puissance corrosive. Ce n'est qu'une fois toutes les branches de la cicité d'une zone de cicité détruite que le miasme de cicité fait beaucoup de fois cicité. Au centre peut être éliminé. La plupart des zones de cicité peuvent être nettoyées de cette façon, mais à l'intérieur des zones de cicité, des bougies de vie et des flammes de vie peuvent apparaître pour vous aider à diminuer l'accumulation de décomposition. Préparez-vous bien avant d'entrer dans ces zones mortelles. Merde, c'est un peu haut. Je me suis dit, on va aller chercher le téléporteur. Ah, ceci dit. Ok, je ne sais pas où il fallait que j'aille.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you, but I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then?
Mon réflexe c'est
Let's
d'enregistrer.
go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Ces esprits étranges qui accompagnent l'apparition des branches auspicieuses sont des dendrogrammes symbolisant la protection de l'élément dendro. Lorsqu'une attaque chargée ou un tir visé touche les dendrogrammes attaquent en même temps. Il existe également des objets qui apparaîtront tout au long de votre aventure qui ne peuvent être activés ou détruits qu'en utilisant. C'est un peu la même chose que les fleurs de cerisier. Ok. Je me gaffe. Je sais pas si c'est ça qu'il faut que j'attaque. Ou si c'est ça. Ok. Pas ça que je voulais faire. D'autres périls vous attendent dans les zones aussi en plus de la décomposition. Des monstres qui ont été corrodés par cet environnement et les branches fétides qui poussent attaquent les personnages à l'intérieur, provoquant une accumulation de décomposition. En plus des menaces de cité peuvent favoriser les disciples de la composition à attaquer. Ce sont des monstres qui sont complètement tombés dans l'influence de la cité, bénéficiant donc de sa protection contre les DGT. Utilisez l'élément dendro ou les dendrogrammes pour briser efficacement les boucliers qui protègent les créatures.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Our bond is strong.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? Well, why is that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Chose qui se répandent et s'étendent. Un gouffre massif, ça représente ma vision dans la grotte.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Là, un truc. Maladie chronique pour profiter de l'événement. C'est quoi la quête maladie chronique? C'est quoi la quête qu'on est en train de faire? Ok. Potentiellement après on pourra tester l'événement peut-être? Fungus, un monstre à intelligence basique ayant évolué à partir de spores. Lorsqu'il est touché par la première fois par une attaque électro ou pyro, il passe en état d'activité au kétiné. Selon le type d'état alimentaire utilisé, utiliser ces fungus transformés pour obtenir différentes récompenses. Ok. C'était pas très utile ce que j'ai fait, mais ça m'a fait plaisir. Là. Je vais remonter un peu sa vie. Ah.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that?
Un oiseau.
Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he
J'ai
would
pas
be
du tout
fine.
utilisé l'élément d'émeraude, mais tout va bien.
And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Teyvat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with
Elle a une
others.
excuse.
Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have. No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Dusk birds flew by.
Dites-moi, est-ce que c'est mauvais chose de passer par le gouffre pour atteindre Sumeru? Je pensais que passer par ici était un raccourci, mais c'est le contraire. Vu que l'endroit était fermé et que personne ne pouvait passer, j'ai dû faire un grand détour. Ça m'a épuisé. C'est bien sûr que oui, il faut attendre que je prenne des forces. Maintenant que je suis ici, autant aller visiter la ville de Sumeru. Les habitants du coin m'ont dit que je devais aller voir les festivals à l'occasion. Par exemple, il y a un certain festival Sub-Zero qui célèbre l'anniversaire de la Rani Kusalani. Je me suis étonné de voir que l'araignée Kusalani s'appelait aussi Sub-Zeros. Ils ont fait le nom de la tête en me disant que l'archante d'Edro et la déesse des fleurs étaient deux divinités différentes. Tout comme la molle araignée Ruka Devata et l'araignée Kusanali, désignaient deux divinités différentes. Je ne comprends rien. Pourquoi la fête d'anniversaire de l'araignée Kusalani s'appelle le festival Sub-Zeros alors? C'est déroutant. Est-ce que le festival il va pas coïncider avec l'anniversaire du jeu? Parce que je sais pas, je suis pas sûr que le festival soit dans cette version. Quoique. Tout est possible. Hello. C'est mignon. Toujours pas.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Elle a pas l'air d'être là.
Hello? Hypatia? Hey! There's nobody here! Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Sapésia, qu'est-ce qu'elle a? Oh, il y a des fruits.
Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try finding some water first. Huh? Wait, why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Anyway, let's go look around. How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area. Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
C'est un donjon.
Our bond is strong.
Rebond champignon dans les donjons. Vous savez, vous trouvez parfois des rebonds pignons dans ce type de donjon de Sumeru. La raison pour laquelle ces champignons font partie des créatures Triklakasana sont inconnues mais doivent être assez fascinantes. Par contre, Attendez, là c'est d'où je viens, non? Non.
Can't move it! Fracture!
What? J'ai l'impression d'avoir loupé la moitié des... Résine primordiale dans les donjons. Vous trouvez parfois de la résine primordiale et les chemins qui scellent dans les donjons de Sumeru. Vous devez récupérer 3 résines primordiales dans un donjon pour déverrouiller le chemin correspondant. Ok. Comment je sors d'ici? Ah. Ok. What the fuck? What?
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
On se croirait à Inazuma. Attendez, si je fais... Je suis déjà allé là. Là, c'est où je viens d'aller. suis allé partout. Je suis allé là. Je suis allé... Ouais, je pense que je suis allé partout. Examiner la cour au fond du couloir.
What in Teyvat is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Ok. J'ai l'impression qu'il y a un truc que je dois faire ici. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut que je fasse ici? Je vais regarder s'il n'y a pas un bug. Apparemment, je suis pas le seul. Ah. Il fallait savoir ça. C'est du... C'est du Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ok. C'était pas très bien expliqué. C'est une mécanique qui n'existe pas dans le jeu. On te dit rien de ce qu'il faut faire. Vraiment. Il n'y a pas un commentaire de Paimon.
Stand with me!
Clouds high, the birds call!
Tu fais exprès que je puisse pas le battre?
Why can't we beat this guy?
Ok.
Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister.
À ce que j'ai répondu.
Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
J'ai rien gagné? Étrange, qu'est-ce qui vient de se passer? J'ai l'impression d'avoir soudainement fait un rêve, mais je me suis un peu de ce dont j'ai rêvé.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
Ah, so sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first.
On ramasse pas la nourriture?
Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Donnez l'eau et du jus de fruits à Pésia, puis vous attendez un peu. Ou un moment.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
Ok.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
No.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Ok, si vous arrivez quand vous êtes entré dans la grotte à Paimon et à Pésia.
Wait, hold on a second, traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave.
Il est en train de...
In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Je pense que c'est ce que les joueurs font le plus et c'est pas faux.
I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tighnari came to visit.
Elle est où le feu de camp? Ok. Aucune idée où ça rend du feu de camp.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing! And the box is a nice touch too! Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia!
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
Partagez ce repas avec Hypatia, ensuite vous lui racontez comment vous êtes entré en contact avec la
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn Ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn Ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Rataoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Aren't you afraid of the risks, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself, and they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the God of Wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Tu as discuté un moment qu'Apésia puis passer la nuit dans la grotte.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me. Take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area. I would be happy to chat with you.
Normalement, on doit pouvoir faire l'événement. Vous devez commencer la quête à la recherche silencieuse de connaissances. Il en demande des trucs quand même. Tout à l'heure, il a dit que je devais finir maladie chronique.
Time to go.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Ghulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Ghulam, we're leaving.
Au revoir.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amurta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that... That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
Bon, la question est de savoir, est-ce qu'on peut faire... Vous décommencez la caisse... Oh, putain. À quel moment je peux faire l'événement? Tu termines la quête des figurines dédaignées. On dirait quelque chose là-bas. Quelqu'un est cerné par les brutaux. que c'est ça? Peut-être qu'en tirant dessus avec un arc, mais j'ai pas d'arc.
Stand with me.
All right, this'll do.
Le visible et l'invisible. Lorsqu'une créature Trilaxana est activée, elle donne des éléments d'électro, elle déclenche une impulsion de discernement qui peut afficher l'emplacement de certaines choses cachées. Hein? Là-bas c'est... Saleté de champignon, allez-vous-en. Et Missing, on dirait qu'elle est en danger. Allez vite, allons l'aider.
Bond is strong.
Merci beaucoup, vous m'avez bien aidé. Comme vous pouvez le voir, je suis brigadière forestière et mon nom est Rana. Je m'appelle Missing. Mon nom est Paimon, on vient d'un autre pays. Je vois, vous n'êtes pas habillés comme des habitants de la forêt, vous n'avez pas non plus l'air de venir du désert. Par contre, vos vêtements sont aérés, ce qui est parfait, je sais pas pourquoi. Si vous êtes brigadière forestière, vous devez connaître Tanarine. Oh, Missing, vous aussi, vous connaissez Tanarine. Tanarine n'est pas facile à approcher, mais il est très gentil. Il s'est vraiment bien occupé de moi pendant la formation. Il faut dire qu'il a de belles oreilles. Oui, j'ai vraiment envie de les toucher. Moi aussi. Bon, si je m'approche discrètement de lui en volant, arriverai-je à les toucher? Ah, Tanarine se mettra en colère si tu fais ça sans demander sa permission. N'est-ce pas? Elles ont l'air résultantes. Je suis curieux de savoir quelles sensations elles donnent ou toucher. Elles ont aussi l'air de fasciner l'enfant qui est avec lui en ce moment. Ah, Rana, qu'est-ce que tu es en train de parler de Coller? Tiens, Missing, vous connaissez si Coller? Coller n'est pas une bonne santé. Malgré ça, elle travaille dur pour protéger la forêt et éliminer la cécite. Tout le monde s'inquiète pour elle. Ah, Emen. Quoi qu'il en soit, la responsabilité du brigadier forestier est de protéger la forêt, d'aider les voyageurs et de les guider. Comme vous l'avez vu, Missing et Paimon, la forêt est, comment dire, en mauvais état ces derniers temps. Les bêtes sauvages et les fungus sont devenus particulièrement agressifs. Et la cécité. Pourquoi ne pas faire route commune? Le village de Vinara est sur mon itinéraire de patrouille. De là-bas, il sera facile de longer le fleuve jusqu'au port Ormos ou la ville de Sumeru. Ok, allons-y, très bien, je m'assurerai de votre sécurité. Je peux pas faire cette quête. Attendez, j'ai pas compris. Sumeru, vous trouvez parfois des pistes violacées qui, après être entrés en contact avec l'élément d'Endro, peuvent disperser des insignes de trèfle. Ok. Donc en soi... Genre si je fais... Ça...
Keep up.
Ah! Mais... Qu'est-ce que tu chantes? C'est une chanson que j'ai fait inventer moi-même. Si j'entends ma chanson, peut-être que les Rarana viendront me voir. Les petits amis tourneront. Ils apparaissent quand les adultes sont pas dans le coin. Moi j'en profite pour faire mes tâches agricoles. Mais Minou n'arrête pas de se moquer de moi parce que je crois aux histoires de Raranana. Et se fâche parce que je prononce mal leur nom. Pourtant j'ai vu les Rarana de mes propres yeux. Ce sont petites créatures des herbes. Ils existent, j'en suis sûr. Regardez-moi ce coucher de soleil. C'est un peu dommage que quand on active le mode photo, le temps continue. On doit être rentré vers la porte normale.
entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
Je vu état de ces bassins, c'est comme illuminé quand ils sont entrés dans la
One
ville.
moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha Terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need.
Ok.
I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kinda looks like a leash.
To activate it, simply
C'est un
hold it in your
focus.
hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access knowledge. Maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. Ahem. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Plus la voix de la sagesse divine résonnait en moi. Même pas non, non.
Whoa. Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing.
Ça focus.
Seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know. And bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Paimon doesn't sense anything. The Akasha didn't respond to Paimon's question. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. Ugh, Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
Vous avez plusieurs lumières dans votre esprit. Peut-être que vous arriverez à comprendre leur signification en vous concentrant davantage. Affection, intimité, nostalgie et tristesse. Tous ces sentiments vous envahissent sans doute que les Sumériens ressentent.
Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really missed their Archon.
Pensez à la Rani Koussalini. Vous sentez des connaissances émerger en vous, mais aucune n'est nouvelle. Toi aussi, je suis soulagé.
Well, glad it's not just Paimon.
Pensez à pourquoi l'Akasha ne répond pas à ma question. Une pensée vague vous vient à l'esprit. L'Akasha ne répond pas à toutes les questions de façon inconditionnelle. Si la même question est posée par plusieurs personnes, l'Akasha prend en compte leur identité, l'âge, le vécu et d'autres éléments lorsqu'il accorde le savoir.
Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know?
Yeah.
Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tainari recommended. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the Academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a...
Écoutez la voix de la sagesse divine.
Yes, we must document everything.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see... Ah! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So, you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the Academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on! This is a survival skill at the Academia.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low it's like digging holes in the dirt. So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Ça peut toujours servir. Catherine est ici. Ouh, attendez. C'est pour ça que je veux. Non? Ok. C'est moi que je viens de faire rire. Qui êtes-vous? Je suis celui qui cache le jour, se cache le jour pour sortir la nuit, l'oreille attentive aux confessions d'Ivan. Ah, je plaisante, je suis un barman qui fait service de nuit ici. Beaucoup de clients viennent boire la nuit, certains sont menés méchants, alors en bas à échanger mon service avec celui de Kishan. Je suis un étudiant de l'académie le jour, un barman la nuit pour gagner un peu d'argent de poche. En gros, je travaille pour payer mes études. Kishan est la barmaid qui travaille ici la journée, l'avez-vous déjà rencontré? C'est une étudiante qui vient de l'Iway. Elle prépare l'examen d'entrée de l'académie et travaille à côté pour payer ses frais de scolarité, c'est pas facile pour elle. J'aurais bien voulu lui donner un coup de main, mais elle souhaite intégrer un collège différent du mien. Parfois, j'invite des étudiants à ce collège de boire un verre, ça lui permet de discuter avec eux. J'espère qu'elle réussira cet examen, je pourrais devenir son aîné à l'académie. Je veux juste voir si on peut acheter des recettes. Bonjour Mémé, qu'aimeriez-vous manger aujourd'hui? Si vous ne savez pas quoi choisir, les rouleaux de poisson de l'Orbad sont le bon choix. La vaisselle taverne vient tout juste d'être changée, ça va sûrement vous mettre de bonne humeur. Voilà, ces plats sont bons, choisissez ce qui vous plaît. Nouvelle vaisselle. Oui, un petit incident est survenu il y a quelques jours et fait que toute la vaisselle est inutilisable. On peut dire que ça a été un coup de chance, la nouvelle vaisselle a été fabriquée par un artisan employé par les chercheurs de Kensavar et présente des motifs faits par ceux de la Vatat. Il n'y a aucune autre taverne dans toute la ville de Semuro qui cuisine une vaisselle aussi somptueuse. En conclusion, certaines de mes aventures peuvent avoir du bon. C'est moi qui ai du shawarma. Je sais plus. Poisson soupe menthe. Rouleau de poisson lambade. Shawarma. Snack pita. Putain, j'ai déjà... Non. Pardon, j'ai rien dit. Est-ce qu'il y avait... Plein d'icônes, on sait pas ce que c'est. On va discuter avec Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, traveler in Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Qu'est-ce que vous vendez? Bonjour et bienvenue dans mon humble boutique. Que vendez-vous? Tous les bijoux actuels en vente ont déjà été précommandés à vous. Et vous voulez parler des bijoux au magasin? La plupart d'entre eux font partie de ma collection prévue, soit le cas pour servir de modèle. Je me demande si c'est comme Inazuma ou le vendeur il est pas débloqué tant qu'on n'a pas fini l'arbre ou... Je sais même pas si je vais au bon endroit. Marchand de tapis. Une personne doit gagner de l'argent de par des billets honnêtes, c'est quelque chose que je peux tout à fait comprendre. Donc, vous pouvez faire vos tempêtes chez moi en ayant l'esprit tranquille. Je suis la meilleure vendeuse de tapis au monde, la numéro 1. Et même si je vends pas de tapis, je serai la meilleure. Et même si je vendais des bijoux et des bijoux, ou encore des ustensiles de cuisine. Il y a beaucoup de chiens par ici. Sauf les livres, ça s'entend, on est sur après tout. Sauf les livres. Oui, je ne fais pas dans les livres, je suis sur des modèles respectueux des doigts. Même si la contrebande de connaissances peut porter beaucoup d'argent, je ne le ferai jamais. Pour gagner de l'argent à long terme, il faut savoir garder les mains propres. Gagner de l'argent est loin d'être difficile, mais en étant à moitié aussi fort que moi, on peut gagner au moins autant d'argent que les Omayani. Ah là, si les arguments de l'académie de Sumeru pour convaincre d'étudier avaient été à moitié aussi bons que ceux que j'utilise pour vendre des produits, je n'aurais pas refusé aussi catégoriquement. Pour quelqu'un qui a l'air d'être jeune... Je sais pas si je vais dans le bon sens. Ah si. Bah sans faire exprès, j'étais dans le bon sens. Oh, c'est là qu'il a fait la réputation.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
Vous êtes bien les personnes qu'elle m'a envoyé, merde.
It's nice to meet you, Osfond. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugadavada. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugadavada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
All right. Well, thanks for the info, Osfond?
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Après qu'ils essaient de leur exerce d'interroger quelques passants dans la ville de Sumeru.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Comment ça? C'est le mec là derrière qui a...
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her? This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali! We can't let them get in the way now. Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux? Est-ce que tu vends des recettes? Faites votre choix. Non, tu vends pas de recettes. s'est caché ici.
Trust me, just take my word for it.
Un jour, j'hériterai des professeurs je passerai à mon père. Que vous êtes? Permettez-moi de me présenter, je suis grand évaluateur de trésors, collectionneur d'antiquités en herbe et futuriste, marchand de mes ferraches. Mon seul rival en matière d'évaluation de trésors de collection antique est mon père. Si j'arrive à se passer, je serai meilleur dans ce domaine. Quant au commerce, il me reste encore à battre deux redoutables adversaires. Qui sont ces deux redoutables adversaires? Tout d'abord, il y a cette roublarde de Suleika. Elle sait parler aux gens, si bien qu'elle parvient à vendre des produits peu onéreux tels que des tapis à prix élevé. Je refuse de me laisser battre par elle. Ensuite, il y a le seigneur Sangemabe, que mon père mentionne souvent. Je ne sais pas encore qui est ce type, mais juger la façon dont mon père en parle, il doit être encore plus impressionnant. Ça m'est égal, plus l'ennemi est fort, plus j'ai envie de surpasser. Attendez de voir. Où qu'elle est? Ah.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me.
Mais pourquoi il y a de la recherche?
Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
Just take my word for it.
Ok.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
My lady, who are these two?
They're
Tout le monde a l'air de
travelers that I
l'adorer
met
ce
on the
personnage.
street
A priori, il va
just a
être...
moment ago.
On va pouvoir la voir,
Happened to
il va
notice
être
that you
jouable
were
à un
all
moment donné.
searching for me, so they helped me hide.
Je sais pas dans quelle version.
I
3.2
see.
peut-être.
In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't
C'est
want
ça
to
de la
go
super
back.
vaisselle.
Why?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
Est-ce qu'elle a pas le même problème que
My
Colette?
lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Your perspective is just tunnel visioning.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Pour tout le monde, il devrait faire ça.
Thank you, sir.
Pas seulement pour elle.
There's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy, but we aren't exactly loaded. Guess Paimon will settle for something ordinary.
Est-ce que tu veux que je te montre mon compte en banque dans le jeu? Hein? Arrête de dire des bêtises.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
Ce truc-là, avec ces espèces de noix de coco. Ça, c'est pas cher et c'est des snacks.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. What do you have against my slime dishes?
Comment dire?
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before. Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. But can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Teyvat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat.
Mais c'est l'endroit où ils sont, comment elle a pas pu en entendre parler?
Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today, and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui et pour la découverte de la version 3.0. Parce qu'il commence à se faire un peu tard. Demain je travaille quand même. Donc mais ce que je vous conseille à faire, c'est, si ça vous intéressait, de télécharger Genshin Impact si vous l'avez pas fait. Parce que c'est vraiment un jeu super intéressant. Qui est bien fait. Et personnellement, je trouve que les quêtes sont plutôt intéressantes. L'histoire est plutôt intéressante. Alors, en plus, si on suit que les quêtes, très franchement, tout le côté vœux et tout ça, on peut plus ou moins l'ignorer. Parce que ce côté-là, ça sert surtout pour faire les abysses, éventuellement, qui est un petit peu le gros challenge du jeu. Mais le reste, très franchement, je pense pas qu'il y ait vraiment besoin d'avoir les personnages particuliers pour pouvoir faire l'histoire. Surtout que ça, enfin, bon, moi j'ai mes personnages parce que j'ai récupéré tous les primogènes qu'on a et je prends le. Je vais y arriver. Et j'ai aussi le. Comment je sais plus comment ça s'appelle. La faveur de l'as de la nuit qui coûte 5 € par mois. Que je récupère. Qui me donne 90 primogènes qui permettent de gonfler un petit peu mon niveau de primogène. Après, tous les mois, on a le droit à 5 primogènes de chaque. On peut récupérer en faisant des quêtes, en ouvrant des coffres, en faisant des trucs. C'est sympa dans les personnages, mais très franchement, j'en ai une palanquée. Il y en a pas mal que j'ai quasiment pas utilisé. Tous ceux au fond de la liste, je les ai eu, mais je les ai quasiment pas énormément utilisés. Bon, à part ceux que je viens d'avoir, forcément, je risque pas de les utiliser, mais je pense qu'on peut éventuellement se faire. Il y a des personnages qui sont offerts. Par exemple, on a Collet qui est offert. On peut faire des vœux avec ce qu'on a et récupérer des personnages. Ça peut se faire gratuitement tout, je pense. Si on fait juste les quêtes du monde et l'exploration, on n'a pas vraiment besoin d'avoir les méga personnages. D'avoir les 5 étoiles et tout, je pense. Bon, personnellement, c'est ce que je pense. Mais bon. En tout cas, moi, je suis plutôt content. J'ai hâte de voir un petit peu ce qui va nous rester sur le reste de la carte. Je pense que il va falloir que je finisse. En fait, il y a 2 actes pour la quête principale, la quête des archons, comme ils disent. Je pense qu'il faut finir la première pour pouvoir faire ça. Il va falloir que je finisse la première pour pouvoir faire ça. Je sais pas, il reste 30... Après, il reste un mois, donc forcément, on a le temps en fait de pouvoir le faire. Mais bon. Puis après, on a les quêtes des personnages qu'on peut faire. On a plein d'activités à faire. On n'est pas forcément obligé de dépenser de l'argent. Je trouve que pour un jeu gratuit, la qualité est plutôt sympa. Et c'est pour ça que j'hésite pas franchement à dépenser 5 € par mois éventuellement pour moi parce que j'ai besoin d'avoir les personnages même si je m'en sers pas. Alors c'est pas dramatique si je les ai pas, je les ai pas tous, mais quand il y en a qui me plaisent bien, ben... là c'est pour ça que je suis content d'avoir eu ceux que je voulais, de pas avoir dépensé tous mes primogènes, comme ça va permettre de pouvoir recommencer mon butin pour pouvoir avoir les personnages sûrs. Ah mais il y a la bannière des armes, franchement j'ai jamais fait la bannière des armes, je me débrouille avec ce que j'ai, même si c'est pas forcément bien hein, et ça donne pas forcément toute la puissance que je pouvais avoir, c'est pas grave. Enfin bref, du coup ça s'arrête là, donc si ça vous intéresse, je vous invite éventuellement à tester le jeu. Et nous on se retrouve vendredi avec God of War. Je me rends compte la semaine prochaine, c'est la semaine prochaine que sort The Last of Us. Donc je pense qu'on n'aura pas fini God of War. Je pense pas. Alors éventuellement suivant où on est dans la quête de God of War, soit on fera du God of War le vendredi, et le reste on fera du Last of Us, sachant que The Last of Us ça va pas durer très longtemps non plus. Et en semaine on fera Last of Us, ou alors on fera en semaine God of War et le vendredi Last of Us, on verra. Attention on n'y est pas encore. Donc vendredi on se retrouve pour God of War. En attendant je vous souhaite à tous une bonne soirée, bonne nuit. Et puis je vous dis du coup à vendredi. Bye.